Ladies and gentlemen, the Drip House presents The Lion's Den. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome back to another installment of The Lion's Den, brought to you by The Drip House podcast, number one podcast going in America and number one in your hearts. I am your host, Hitman Boogie, along with my co-host for the evening, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Spoken James. What's going on, brother? How you feeling tonight?
Well, great. I'm doing extremely well and highly favored and blessed.
That is awesome, brother. That is very awesome to hear that. So today, we're gonna get a little deep today. Um, Today's subject is mental health, and we will be discussing mental health in our community. Um, the lack of acknowledgement of mental health in our community, and then lack of acknowledgement that we actually need some sort of help with dealing with mental health in our community. But we will be talking about mental health overall, in general. And you know what I'm saying, as here on the Lions Den, of course, we have, a little spoken word before we get into what we have to talk about. And if I may read an excerpt from my main man, Spoken James, just written earlier today, I believe.
Yes, I have.
Hey man, you got away with words, brother. I'm just gonna let you know.
Thank
You had me
you.
thinking, man. You had me thinking, brother. You had me thinking. So,
Well,
if you will allow me, people, for centuries we have. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't read. I ain't got my glasses. For centuries, we as a people have gotten through hurtful and scarring situations that cause us to undergo untreated PTSD with no therapy. And an open scar, an open wound that bleeds, no matter how much you try to stop it, it will continue to bleed. Truer words have never been said, my brother. Truer words have never been said. You got away with them words, though, man. You got a gift. You know what I'm saying? You got a gift with them
thank
words, brother. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. Um. So let me ask you this, James. What exactly, in your opinion, in your mind, no pun intended, does mental health mean to you?
mental health to me means that it's your literal psyche. It's what
Right.
literally, besides your soul, your mind is one of the strongest weapons that you have.
Exactly.
If you don't have your mind, then you're literally all over the place. You don't know where you are, basically.
Mm-hmm.
When someone says the quote, "Why you always in your head?" You are literally trapped in your own type of main of prison. It's where basically beyond outside of being trapped, That is
Right,
your prison itself. It is yet your healer and your hurter.
right, right.
Yet you, it's like what they always say. You are your worst enemy
You are.
at
You
most
are.
points. That is the that is the one thing that you have to always remember. And I believe this in life and everything else. You are your greatest challenge to overcome. You
Mm,
cannot go through anything unless you focus on yourself first. You cannot love
exactly.
without focusing on yourself first. You cannot
Exactly.
either give love without having that that calm psyche. And under situations of given death, traumatic incidents, accidents,
Hmm.
basically I can relate to that. But of all things, it
Loss.
yes, and loss, it really hits you a lot. You may say that you're fine. You may say that you're good. You may say, "Oh, I got over it," but you're not over it yet.
Not at all.
Because if someone would mention it to you, excuse me,
Sorry,
if
brother.
someone would mention it to you, it would break you down internally. Given that you might not say nothing on the outside, but there are clues and there are hints, shaking, looking back and forth, turning away from a person, stuttering, anything like that, or having tremors that make you just
Shake.
whatever. That's
No, I
what
totally
mental
agree.
health is.
I totally agree.
I know firsthand.
Yeah, I do as well, brother. I do as well.
Well,
Um, no, I definitely agree with whatever with all that you said. But in my opinion, what mental health means to me is the health of your consciousness, the health of what's up here. Because, like you said, you are your own worst enemy. You are you. You know, and I'm gonna just say this. I hate being by myself. let's be honest. Let's be real quick. I hate being by myself because that's when all the thoughts, that's when all the negativity, that's when all the the bad things that you think about, all the pressures, that's when they come. That's when they're the most thought about. When your mind's racing 1,000 times a minute, and dealing and coping with that is mental health. Making sure that you don't have those negative thoughts in your mind about something, the slightest thing going wrong. That's mental health to me. Making sure that you are okay up here. That's mental health. Just as you are to take care of your body, you are to take care of your mind as well. You know, just like you exercise your body, you exercise your mind. You find something that you can use to, get through. Mental health to me means basically taking care of my consciousness, making sure that my mind is free to be okay. Just like I take care of my body, I take care of my mind. I take care of my mental the same way I take care of my body. That's how I see mental health. So, in saying that, I do when I ask you this question: have you in the past, I don't want you to get too personal if you don't want to, but have you had struggles with, mental health? You don't have to go into, detail, but you know what I'm saying, as far as you want to go, bro.
yes, I have, and I don't mind sharing that part because
Right.
look, Like so, this is a place. This is a place. Maybe we may be live, but at the same time, I will bring out a piece of me either way.
Mm-hmm.
So you,
Mm-hmm.
so it'll be respectful in a way.
Right. I hear you. I
I
hear you.
have. I've
Right.
gone through recently. I've gone through breakup, a breakup, and I've gone through a traumatic accident recently.
Right.
With the breakup, uh, it was a situation of my mental state, my actual mental state, that I was stressing to the point where I wanted to actually just just throw my whole self into the whole situation with no remorse of anything. And I was being pushed away, given
Right.
that the person at the time was, I'm not going to say any names, but the person at the time, she was just going through a lot herself. So she said, but I can never get the truth if it was truthful or not. But
Right. Right.
um, it was a very bad breakup. I had to leave. I had to take her out. I had to actually leave the situation, given that it was. We were happy, we were good, but there were so many situations of he say, she say, and oh, this person's my friend.
Right. Right.
Then coming up with, oh, he actually does like you, and it's just like, oh, so my assumptions were right,
Mm.
and I'm not actually crazy. I'm not stupid, but yeah,
Right. Right.
it's okay. I'm going to have to move on. I'm going to have to really let this go
Right. Right.
because it was hard. It's been hard. Now, um, I had a small accident where me and a female friend of mine was shots in the car, and thing was that throughout my mind and my head, it still plays back and forth. It
Right.
hurts very much so, and it causes me to have just somewhat nightmares and blackness. And
Right.
I'm cool and I'm fine, but sometimes recently now I just have tremors and shakes.
Understand. Understand.
It keeps on playing back and forth.
Right.
But what I have to say is this: you can't do it alone. You always have to have a support system. Doesn't matter who it is, or most times you have to pick that person because they will be that will always be there for you no matter what, given every situations or anything else like that. And I do have that myself. I have a great support system, and I would not change it for the world.
Okay. You say
Yeah,
what?
I said I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change anything for the world.
Word. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. I no, I definitely hear what you're saying, bro.
Good.
Uh, yeah, excuse me, because I kind of figured what was going on in the background. Anyways, um, but um, my no, I've been through some things as well, my brother. Ever since I was younger, I've been dealing with some form of mental health issues.
Right.
Um, you know, it just I don't know. It's hard to sometimes deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're dealing with that, you think you are all alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not. You know what I'm saying? I've done I've made plenty of posts or, you know, said some things and, you know, I've gotten like hundreds of phone calls like, man, what the hell are you doing? Blah 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 blah. You know, to go into somewhat detail, okay.
Mm-hmm.
To go in somewhat detail. Um yeah, um I was bullied, you know, throughout my school years, like nonstop, because of, you know, my size and, you know, how I acted. I was bullied tremendously. And I really, honestly, at that time, I didn't know how to cope with that. I didn't know how to deal with it, so I lashed out. Like I literally would literally sit there and, you know, cry about what these people were saying and dealing with that. And I mean, this is literally all the way up until high school. Even in high school, I dealt with this shit. Um, you know, it is tough, but there is help out there. And, you know, recently I will say like my mental health has been literally my mental has been all over the place lately. You know, and I'm
Right.
not going to get into I'm not I'm not ready to get in detail about what the fuck has been going on these past couple of months. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna do that.
No.
Um, but you know, it's been up and down for a while now. And
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, which brings me to my next question, is I've found what helps me cope,
Mm-hmm.
and that's doing this. This is my coping mechanism. This is my escape. You know what I'm saying? Like also recently, meditation has definitely helped me out. So my question to you is, what are some of the things that when you're feeling that way that you use to, you know what I'm saying, cope and find your, you know, your zen, your happiness, you know, to get away from, you know, being in that headspace.
Well, from being in that headspace, I most of the times I don't stay in the house. I don't stay in the house.
Right.
Either I find my friends that I talk to and I come over their place and at most points it's somewhat mutual and it's just that they know that most times I don't want to be in the house and I always seem depressed or not as active as I usually am.
Right.
So they try to get me out of that funk, out that mental space of being in my head all the time. Because being in your head is the worst thing ever to
Exactly.
be about. Trust me, I've sat on my bed and literally, not even lashed out, but just cried on my bed
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because I don't know what the hell is going on.
Right.
It's just like everything overflows, and then I'm just like, what the hell?
No,
And
I definitely go ahead, bro.
yep, that's about all, bro.
I mean, I definitely, you know, agree with you know, your sentiment. I definitely agree. You know, getting outside and you know, doing something, just keeping, you know, yourself busy somehow, some way. You know,
But
usually for me, it's whenever I whenever I'm in that headspace, you know, I definitely, you know, look forward to a house phone call. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? I definitely look forward to somebody like either hitting the chat up or calling the house phone, you know, to get me out of that headspace.
yeah,
You know, or like honestly, or to be, you know what, to be completely frank, I just smoke some. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that makes it even worse. But depending on what it is, you
depending on your
know,
emotion.
depending on your emotion and depending on what strand it is, it can make it worse because your mind can start racing even faster. But so that's why you know I'm a indica heavy person. You know, but yeah, just finding those coping mechanisms, the positive ones. You know, that's why I'm going back. That's why I'm going to school. You know, that's why I'm doing this podcast. That's why I'm doing this live to now today. And like honestly, what I started doing because of recent situations, I've started doing a video journal where I sit there and I just talk to a camera and basically just sit there and talk about what's on my mind.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? And I look at myself and I talk and I talk and I talk. And afterwards I am feeling,
mhm,
you know, tremendously, better. Especially,
mhm,
I meditate before and
mhm.
then I basically, you know, do what I have to do, you know what I'm saying? I do the video journal and I make sure, I'm good afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, yeah, like if you are in a, mental health state where it's not good, I do recommend doing that. I
Cool.
recommend doing a video journal rather than writing it down because you can only write down so much. Because my thing is writing it down is still it's still going to be there. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see how you were actually feeling that at that point. To record yourself talking about it, you can hear the emotion in your voice. And if you do a video journal, you can see the emotion in your face and how you're feeling at that point. And you can see the progress that you're making. You know what I'm saying? As you do it.
Mhm.
So it's a very healthy coping mechanism that I just started. And I think, honestly, I highly recommend doing it because for me, it works. Because you know what the hell is going on. And you know what I'm saying? It definitely helps with everything that I'm dealing with, personally, physically, and mentally. You know what I'm saying? And it just really helps. I'd highly recommend using, what I'm saying, a video journal, whatever the case may be. It really helps. And yeah. So I mean, what would you recommend somebody who is going through something that they do?
I would say, well, the traditional thing is to find yourself, actually someone to talk to. If you got money like that, find yourself a therapist. If not, find somebody that actually will really genuinely listen to you and can actually relate to you. Because at the same time, you're not alone. You are not alone at all.
Right.
But given the situation, it's just that you have to understand that you, when it comes to what you're going through, those people will just go like, "Hey, To help you out, you could sit down with me, have a little bit of green tea or something to soothe you. Or you can do
Right.
aromatherapy. You can do aromatherapy. That works exactly well because some aromas, things that you smell, can relax you.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Some
Very much
teas can
so.
relax you.
Exactly.
Given, yes, you can smoke. Don't drink because of all
No,
things
don't
that
drink. Drinking makes it worse. Drinking makes it
emphasize that
absolutely
again.
worse.
Yeah,
Drinking is not unless it honestly unless it's wine. Unless
unless
it's
it
like
is one.
unless it's wine. I don't recommend drinking unless it's wine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
or
Because
most.
or don't drink nothing brown. Nothing brown.
Yeah,
Nothing
because
brown.
nothing brown. Because you will have. We're not gonna go there.
You will be calling your ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, let's get back together. She don't even know who the fuck you is anymore. Like, stop it.
Look, basically, I'm saying like this: is that or
Like you gonna drink that
if you
brown liquor and listen to Drake?
nah, you want to drink that brown liquor and start listening to Jimi Hendrix. Then you hear "Hey Joe" and you just
No,
go
no,
over, get
no,
yourself a.
nah, nope,
I
nope,
know about Joe, but yeah,
nah,
but
nah.
nah. But given of all things, you can actually have somebody that will be beside you that you can actually that can actually hold you. Because some
Yeah,
people who are alone, they need that. And
bro.
I'm actually going to get into that. That's part of love language, and this is also mine. Also, mine is
Right,
touch. I like to hold, cuddle,
right.
and everything else.
Your
Because
love language is physical.
yeah,
Right,
and it messes with my psyche when I don't have anyone to hold because it starts to
exactly.
just make me feel like I'm alone and I'm just literally laying in an empty bed.
Right, right, right.
So at most points, you need that. It's not just for the other person. It's so that you know that you're not alone
Exactly,
and you're
exactly.
not and you're okay at the most part. Even though you know you're you're not okay, you will be. You just need the right type
Very
of
true.
people and the right type of agenda for it.
I hear what you're saying, brother. I definitely hear what you're saying. Um, we do have some comments. Um, Kennedy said hi, and
Okay.
Jay Stowe, the Tiger, fellow Drip House member,
Hmm.
said don't drink and drive. Do not drink and drive, ladies and gentlemen.
You're not drinking.
No, not drink, Drake.
I
He
know.
said he did it once. You know what I'm saying? Listen, but no, I definitely hear what you're saying about you know in that moment having that person you know you know what I'm saying
Mhm.
to hold and to touch to grab to have in your corner. You know what I'm saying
Right.
to help you go through what you're going through. But you have to. But on the other side of the coin, when you are in that headspace, you feel like even though you have that person, you still feel alone.
Right.
You still feel like you're in this by yourself
Mhm.
and no one is there. Why is that? I don't know. You feel at that point that no one can help you, but until somebody actually does, that's when you feel that love.
Mhm.
I've many times have talked to friends that have been in their own head and like, hey man, listen, are loved. You are here for a reason. You're you're going through this right now because you're learning a lesson. You know what I'm saying? You are seriously learning a lesson. And whatever that lesson is, you have to understand that. That is for you to understand. I can't tell you what the lesson is because if I tell you what the lesson is, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's just like the equivalent of you can you can teach a man how to fish. Basically, I forgot the whole saying, but you know what I mean.
It's I got it. It's you can give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime.
Thank you.
Um,
Exactly.
and it's basically like it's just I think of another saying: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can always be there for somebody and tell them it's going to be okay, but they have to believe in themselves that it is going to be okay. And honestly, sometimes because I've been on both sides of the coin, speaking from somebody who has dealt with that situation, sometimes it is enough. Just somebody saying, "Bro, I love you. I care about you." Sometimes that is just enough.
Exactly, bro. Bro, given
Like
of
a
all
lot of
things,
it, like, go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
Uh,
But
like a lot of the times, that is all people need is to hear that they are loved. For whatever reason, you know, past trauma, whatever, they haven't felt that truth, that love that they, need and require. So they feel alone in this world. No matter how many friends they have, no matter how many loved ones they have, no matter how many, how big their family is, they still feel alone. They still feel that black cloud over them. And those are the people that need to pray that need prayer the most. Those are the people that need to be told that they are loved the most. Because those are the people that get up every day, put a mask on their face, hiding how they are feeling. And brother, I am speaking from personal experience when I say that. Go ahead, bro.
trust and believe, and I'm going to get a little personal right here in my life. I've been somewhat neglected of love. I've been neglected of love by by my mother. Once I started getting
Mm-hmm.
older, by the age of 15 to 17, my mother stopped hugging me. She started treating me more of like a a human pet or an animal. She
Right.
used to call me it. She used to call me him. And most times I would tell her she acts like a child. And at the same time, there was a time when I had an extreme mental breakdown. And my mother came to try to hug me. And I literally said out of my words, out of my mouth, and I quote, don't fucking touch me. I was broken to the point where I did not want my mother to even hold me, touch me, or anything else like that. And they always say a
Right.
mother's touch will always heal you.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, my mother couldn't hear me. She could not even hold me or nothing like that. I
Right.
was to the point where I've been to the point and early to the point where that I've been wronged and pushed so far to the point where I don't know if someone's love is real or not. They may say
Right.
they love me, but I do not feel the love. I'm not
Mm.
unless it is physical. Because
Right.
you can say you love a person, but your actions can say another
You ain't right, boy. Hey, I'm gonna stop you when you're wrong.
thing.
I'm gonna
Look,
stop you
man,
when you're wrong, bro. I'm gonna stop you when you're wrong, big dog.
Because look, those things are just always bless you. But those things are always told that you were always told that your parents will always give you unconditional love.
Right,
Given at the time, I didn't feel it. I didn't see it. I was always either having arguments and yelling and filled
right,
with
right.
rage and asked, why are you angry for no reason? The reason why you don't know why I'm angry for no reason is because you never got to actually see or witness that you are the problem at
Right,
most point. The people
right,
who
right.
always sometimes ask you, why are you angry for no reason? Why are you angry at nobody? It's because I'm scared to tell you that you're the actual problem or you're the actual
Mm,
situation.
mm,
Because it's just like this. For example, how would you feel if your child tells you you're the actual situation, you're the reason why I'm actually always so distant from you? I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to even hear you around me because I feel as though I'm going to stress out and I'm going to explode. The way you do
right, right,
things and the way you always say things, it's not right. There are
right,
different ways you can go with something, and the way that you're doing it is wrong. I don't feel that love. I don't feel safe around you. You were supposed to be my hero, and you became my own personal villain.
right, right, right.
What the
Okay.
hell can I do? You know?
I mean, no, man. I definitely, feel you on that level. Um, but honestly, you know, um, like I said, bro, I've been that being told, being told that you're loved is one thing. Show me that you love me. Show me that you care about my mental. And which brings me to my next point. To go off what you said, you do have people that will don't care, about your mental state. You have people who will prey on it. You have people that will prey on how your mental state is. They know your mental state is fragile. They will prey on it. You have those people, and yes, it's fucked up that you have people who do that type of stuff, but you do have them in this world, and
Mm.
you know you do have those people who will prey on that weakness that they see. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jay Stowe, the Tiger in the building, fellow Drip House member, aka the Drip Kage. I guess he wants to be the old man to come in and talk some shit.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta be the old man. I heard y'all talking about LOVE. Ooh.
Uh, nah. Now we ain't talking about LOVE, man. We
Oh
talking
no,
about
you talking about LOVE. That's a little
yeah,
bit of
yeah,
LOVE
yeah.
in it.
Okay, okay. What's on your mind, Jay?
So I definitely feel that. I heard what you were saying about sometimes it doesn't even feel like it's even real.
Right,
And that's that's very true. It can be like that. I said through my journey so far, I have learned a lot from from experience and from others that have taught me this lesson about um, wanting and needing somebody in your life. Um, I definitely totally agree. It's like any little thing, but just by somebody saying "I love you" means a lot.
right,
Um, But a lot of people don't really, to be completely honest, not a lot of people realize that how important that is.
Right.
A lot of people just want to be like this uptight person, like I'm not soft, like that type of thing. And it's like, especially with black men, I'm just gonna call it a spade, especially with black men.
Right.
A lot of black men find out that you show a little love, you consider soft, and that's not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
and that's not how it's supposed to be. We're in actuality, we're the ones that's supposed to be showing the most love,
Yeah.
and we don't. And
That's very
and
true.
and it affects everything. It's like it not just affects your own relationship, but it trickles down. It even goes down to generations. It's like people teach their kids this. It's like, no, you got to be a man. And so now you miss this connection when you get older. So now when you start talking about being in relationships, you don't know how to act.
Exactly.
And it's just crazy. And it's like I never got that until
Mm.
like somebody actually sat me down and broke it down to me. So
Right.
it's a funny thing. It's really funny.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely a funny thing. Um, honestly, I just don't get it. I don't get what the stigma is within our community. Why it's not okay for a man to cry.
It goes way back. It goes way
You know,
back.
no, I understand that it goes way back. It's just I don't understand. I really just don't understand the stigma, especially nowadays. It's still going on nowadays. Like it's 2021. You know, people deal with mental health issues, and you know we don't acknowledge it like our counterparts do.
Right. Yeah, because especially for our community, when you start talking about mental health, automatic thing they say is you're crazy.
You crazy.
Right. You're crazy. Like they don't understand like you can be fully functional and still have a mental health problem.
Exactly.
Like people don't have the grasp of that. And it's really sad. And I will say now it's starting, it's the awareness is starting to happen, but not soon enough and not
Yeah.
as consistent.
Yeah, I totally agree. It is starting to, wear down as far as, talking about it, but not as quick as we wanted to.
Right.
Definitely not as quick as we wanted to.
And it like you said, it's that stigmatism where that's not us. That's
That's crazy. That's crazy. Go on. That's that white people shit. Go on with that.
Right. And this is like,
go on with that.
And this is like, nah, fam, it's us too.
I need help. I'm crying right now inside. I need help.
Right. And it's like, I feel sorry for the people who have to hack hard every 24/7.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them
just go ahead and cry, bro. You know you want to. Just go ahead and cry one good time. It's okay. Like it is okay to cry.
Right. Like that's why I never got into like the whole being inside a gang type of thing. It's like
right.
Like I can't, bro. I can't.
Right. You soft. You a little bitch.
Right.
You this. You that.
Good. And I thank God. Yeah, and I thank God for my uncles and my friends who were about that life and was like telling people like, no, don't mess with him. He's doing something. I'm very grateful for that. But like, I would have never chose that life, even if they didn't. It's too much.
No, I definitely hear what you're saying, Jay. I definitely hear it. I'm actually, I'm kind of glad, and I know I'm blessed to have, the mother I do. Because it was always, and she was always, if you want to talk about something, come to me. I'm here. Whatever you want to talk about, despite whatever it is, I'm here. I might not like what you're gonna talk to me about, but I'm listening. And that was for me and my brother. Despite, the stigma and everything else, my mom always kept that open dialogue and said, "Hey, you need to talk. Come talk to me.
So
If
I
you
know
need to
that.
cry."
Ooh, boy. So I know there's some Black fathers that are out there that
Yeah,
actually talk to their sons and stuff like that. So
right.
I'm gonna shout out them too real quick,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna
Shout out
keep
to
it
them.
100. Black mothers are something else.
Man.
Black mothers are something else. Not black
Yeah.
moms, not
Yeah.
black birth givers, black
Right.
mothers,
Black mothers.
something else.
Yes, they are.
They don't get the much credit that they deserve.
They don't. They don't. But my thing is, because when we talk about this subject, you only hear about the negative. You only hear about the mom, the mothers the moms, not mothers, the moms that put that enforce that stigma of you crazy, get out of my face with that. I don't want to hear it. That's that white people shit. All that. You get the negative part of that. What you don't hear enough of is the positive, the black mother aspect of saying, come to me, talk to me about it. What's going on?
Right. What can we do to help you? I know I can't do much, but this is what we can do. Like,
exactly.
That does a lot.
It really does. Because like with my mom, like that's basically what she did when, I explained to her about something that happened to me when I was younger. When I finally opened up about it, that's exactly what she did. She said, okay, what can we do? Do you need to talk to somebody about it? You need to tell somebody like, what we got to fix this. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And like to this day, I thank her for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in our community, we have to be the generation that breaks that. We have to be the generation that lets our kids know it is okay to come to me if something is wrong. If you're feeling down or feeling some type of way and you just need a hug or you need to let it out, you need to talk, come to me. I'm here.
And I love my mother so much. We've been through so much together.
Right.
A lot. And I thank her every single day. Even if I don't really say it to her face, I thank her every day. And I definitely feel like I would not be alive today if it wasn't for her. And she pretty much shaped me to be the person that I am today. To where I've become this person, like, even though you wronged me, I'm still willing to hear you out. I'm not going to give you that much. I'm not going to give you that much. I'm not going to have you come into my life and do some stuff. But I'm gonna at least hear you out. If I'm the very last person that you need to talk to before you make rational decisions, I'll hear you out. I'll point you in the right direction. And I've had to do that a couple times, and I still continue to have that open dialogue, and it actually helps me grow.
Facts.
A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people can't grow from that. And it's sad. I can't think of any other thing to say other than it's sad. That's the most positive thing I can say on YouTube. You know, and I hope, like, I mean, I've been saying it for the past couple of days with shit that's been going on.
Mhm.
Those type of people, all you can do is pray for them. That's all you can do.
That's really all.
That's. I don't know much. What more I can say is that I'm just gonna pray for you, because there's something in you that is holding you back from being happy, and I hope you find said happiness.
And I'm going to take
All I
a
can pray
step
for.
further. I'm going to take a step further than that. After you've done all you can, I'm not going to say that song. I'm not going to say the song. Don't worry. After you've done all you can, you got to let them go.
Yeah.
You have
Oh, you hit the Lord
You
Jesus.
have to let them
You
go.
hit the nail on the head with that one. But see,
Yeah.
that's the and that's the thing.
Mhm.
Depending on the situation and the relationship, that is the hardest thing to do. And I'm speaking from very personal experience.
Oh, yeah.
Hardest thing to do is to let that person go and let them learn on their own. Is the hardest thing you can do, because you want to, like, after you say, yeah, I'm gonna let them go, first thing you want to do, because they're down, they need some sort of help. First thing you want to do after helping that person thousands of times is to help them again. But you have to get it in your head that they're not going to want my help. They're not going to want help until they actually really truly want help.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said earlier, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Exactly.
You can help a person 1,000 times over, but until they really need it, until they really go through it and understand why you're helping them and why they need the help, they won't change.
And some people just don't want to change.
Yeah, I mean, they're used to it.
Yeah.
They're used to it. They're comfortable. They found their comfort zone.
Because my philosophy is like, if it's one person that's telling me something, of course I'm gonna have those thoughts like, you're tripping, there's nothing wrong with me.
Exactly.
But if multiple people that don't even really know each other are telling me the same exact things, it's
right.
A light bulb should be hitting real quick. Like,
that's the key thing, though, Jay. Should be.
It
should be. Because, but the thing is, in that person's mind, they're thinking, okay, I know this person. This person knows me. So they're probably just saying that so I can follow them. And then their mindset is, if somebody doesn't know them that well and they say the same thing, oh, that person doesn't know me that well. They don't know me. And that's why they don't change. Like I said before, man, all you can do is just pray for them.
That's really
you can pray for them. That's all you can do. You pray for the happiness that they seek. You pray that they find it. Because after helping somebody so many times and trying to help that person, you get tired. You have to cut, you got to pop the titty out the mouth. You got to stop breastfeeding them. You got to cut the umbilical cord. You got to let them go. You got to let them go find themselves on their own. Sometimes you got to cut people off to help them find them.
Look, and I don't know where this is coming from, but I know somebody need to hear this.
You,
Sometimes it might be your own family members.
mm,
I don't know who needs to hear it, but somebody needs to hear that.
man. Ooh, boy. You spoke
Sometimes
1,000 words right there. You spoke one sentence, but you spoke 1,000 words. That one meant a lot. It is true. It's sometimes your own family members.
yeah.
Family, they're your blood, but you don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know where that one came from. That came from deep. I was like, whoa.
But it's true.
It is true. Though.
It's true. It's true. You know, you got to learn the lessons, man. You got to learn the lessons to get through life. If you don't learn the lessons, you're going to, like you said in the comments, them same lessons is going to come back right back up.
Right.
Because you can go through something and learn the wrong lesson. And then find yourself in the same situation, wondering like, why is this not working when I did this last time?
Right.
Why is this not what I just went through this? Why is this not working?
It never fails.
Because you never learned your true lesson. It's the same situation. You try to apply what you did last time and it's not working because you never learned the real lesson.
Right.
Come on now.
Ooh. Come on, man.
I told you. We getting deep here on the Lions Den. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. I want to thank my co-host, Neil, coming through, Spoken James. I want to thank fellow Drip House member, Jay Stowe the Tiger, for coming right through, laying some knowledge on us real quick. Yeah, I am Hitman Boogie. If you're not right now, please subscribe to the Drip House YouTube. Follow us on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff. Check out the Talk Shit Tuesday tomorrow on IG. Check out Tea with T on Wednesdays. Thursdays, Contract Hill right here on YouTube or on our Twitch. With myself and Prince Connor. Fridays, coming back to you soon. Real soon. The Chill Zone with DJ Swift C. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a blast coming back real soon. We're coming back with a vengeance. I'm telling you. And then Saturday, of course, is the podcast live on YouTube every Saturday with the whole crew. Come out, have a fun, you know what I'm saying? Have some fun, you know. Sit back, relax, grab your drink, grab your smoke, have you some fun with the podcast. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. Like we say here at the Drip House,